Hey everybody, 3KO Games here. It is a Saturday night here, and we are about to start the new week. And this week starts a whole bunch of new things with the release of version 63. We have a balance update coming Monday, and we have a troop update coming Tuesday. So let's break this down a little bit. The balance update is a buff to a whole lot of heroes. So if you have some of these, congratulations. If you don't have any of these, you'll just be shaking your head at all the heroes you have to fight on an even harder level right now. But if you have a costume for one of the legends of 2017, 18, 19, you are going to be adding either a cleanse on special, where we cleanse the newest status ailment from all allies, or a dispel on special, dispelling the newest buff from all enemies. And the specific list is right here. So the spell on special includes Zimkeitha. Interesting, because Zimkeitha is a cleanser, I believe. So now she does both. Also on this list is Athena. Very interesting because Costume Athena is going to be up in the soul exchange in just a few days for 15 souls. Is definitely a hero worth considering if you don't have her. I don't have her, and I was sort of considering her anyway. Great for a Titan team because of all the different defense downs she gives. Also just great as a support hero. If you've got other blue heroes, you're bringing a 3-2 or a 3-1-1 attack team, and the strong color is blue. You've got Athena there, and your other heroes are going to hit like a truck. So now you're adding to that that she dispels all enemies. Pretty great. Honestly, I wasn't really considering her that much because, I don't know, I just have a whole lot of blue heroes. My blue Titan team could definitely use a step up. But still, I just have a long line of blues right now. It's like, but now with this Dispel, who knows? Cleanse on special includes Evelyn, who I believe is a Dispeller, right? So she does both. Interesting. Also, the costume Lassie, hooray, somebody I have, will now cleanse when firing her special. That's interesting. Again, makes her even more versatile. Okay, there is a buff for Underwild costumes. I don't have any of these. But your Underwild hero with a costume, I don't think you have to be playing with the costume. You just need to have it and have that costume bonus. Will either increase damage against boosted health, so that when they cast their special skill, all allies, normal attacks, and special skills deal 70% more damage against targets with boosted health for 4 turns. Or your Underwild costumed hero is going to boost health on special. Boosts all allies HP by 10%. Kind of nice. They break that down a little bit further here. And these make sense, especially increased damage from Phileas Fogg, who will be up in the Soul Exchange. I'll do another report on the Soul Exchange a little bit later. But pretty much confirmed, Fogg will be up for 20 souls. I use Fogg all the time. I love the elemental defense down. I love the dispelling buffs. Even though it's just dispelling 1, you face a Ludwig tank, and at fast speed, you can dispel and give elemental defense down. And if you've got a strong green team, follow it up, and Ludwig is no longer a problem. But for 20 souls in that soul exchange, I'll talk about it later, but stats are a little bit dated. With a costume buff, that certainly would be more interesting. Anyway, so that's the Underwild buff. There's a buff to the pirates with costumes, which I think is Finley? Costume Finley is a pirate. So he's going to add a little poison damage to his attack now. Okay, I don't know how much a little is or a lot is, but there will be some poison damage there too. Not that interesting. Yeah, Finley and, Marie Therese. Okay, sure. So those are those families or those groups and their buffs. Now we have some buffs for Clash of Knights heroes. Rain, who was fierce for a while, is now going to be fast speed. So if you got Rain, even more usable now. It still doesn't get around the fact that the poison spreading doesn't always work if he just kills the target. And his attack is strong enough to possibly just kill the target. Teddy gets a big stat increase and now heals more and does a little bit of damage. I think a lot of people thought at slow speed, boy, this is a pretty good hero, but come on, can we get a little damage on here? So now he's really, really desirable hero. Torben, I have Torben. I haven't really found the place I want to use him in on one of my attack teams yet, but I'm excited about him. Didn't think he really needed a buff, but all the stats go up a little bit. Great. Lysanor, another person I don't have, great reviver, and now even better chance to revive, and big heal over time boost as well. So Lysanor getting big stat increases, and Xiomara big stat increases and mana corruption, which was also already just punishing. Now at 400, she did not need a buff, but congrats if you've got her. They did some buffs to the Construct family. There is nothing in the Construct family that anybody needs any buffs. We're talking about some strong heroes right now, but here are those buffs. Remember, balance update doesn't mean trying to make things more balanced. It just means, whatever balance or imbalance we have right now, we're just updating that. We're not upgrading it or making it more fair, but that's okay. Blossom is going to be an even stronger healer. Basic stat increased, direct heal from 42 to 45%. That 3%, but that may get around some fiends and that kind of stuff that would be important. Then heal per removed status effect is slightly increased there as well. Frond hits like a truck and will hit like a larger truck now. So 375 direct damage. Add another 300 to punish boosted health enemies. And damage buff against enemies with boosted health increased to 85%. Wow. Gielach, pretty excited. This is a hero I actually have, and those stats went up. Direct damage increased. I thought he was plenty strong, so sweet. Great. Health absorbed increased to 45% for the Fallen Star Fiend, and also stealing 45% of mana. So that's great. But again, not really needed, but thanks, I'll take it. A couple buffs for older heroes. So Perseus, once we got that costume, was already much more usable. But now, he is on the list to getting a Dispel on special. Good. And he's getting increased direct damage. I wonder if they're going to feature him in the next Legends portal or something like that, because, boy, they are trying to buff up Perseus. Evelyn is also getting a Dispel or a Cleanse, or one of the two. and is getting some increases here to direct damage. Most likely our featured heroes in the next Legends summon will be Perseus and Evelyn. Grimble, yes, another hero I have and love to use in its minion wars right now. So steal those minions, give your whole team a little bit of mana, and hit them a little harder. I like it. Good. Ruben is getting stats where he might almost be usable. That's pretty crazy. Up to 310% damage to 3. And status effect damage reduction increased to minus 75%. Not bad. I think I fed away my only copy of him, figuring I'm just never going to do anything with this hero. So, whoops. Hey, Hanitra, a hero that I used to use quite a bit. The 45% dodge, it's not bad. It's right there in line with a lot of the other dodge heroes. And this health per dodge is nice. Add another 100 to that to make it 375 health per dodge. Definitely worth it. She becomes a real secondary healer for your team. You can't totally control it, but it's nice. Balor is still not really usable, but a little bit more hit, a little bit more bleed damage, a little bit more heal. Also, Nadezhda gets a buff, more burn damage on the first charge, and chance of revival increased on that second mana charge. Okay, that is the quick and dirty, not that quick, on all of these hero balance updates. The other update that is happening as they talk about just other stuff happening here in the Owl Tower. We'll talk about that in a few days, I guess, right? Then they're talking about the new legendary troops, which will come after the new year. But in the meantime, going live on December 19th, on Tuesday, I'm glad I hung on to most of the feeders after the last Clash of Knights, or whichever one we had last. I think it was the Clash of Knights. We've got a troop sacrifice XP boost, or just troop feeding XP boost, I think. Troops will now give more XP when sacrificed, so your feeders are worth more. Great. Because, once you get up to those higher levels, it just takes so many troops to get anywhere. And then it's going to be cheaper because you run out of food right away trying to get, one troop up to the next level, and you've used all of your food. It's crazy. So it's only going to increase by 2,500 per level instead of the old figure of 5,500. I'll have to see what that math actually looks like and feels like. For sure on December 19th, I will be feeding some troops. I've been hanging on and kind of waiting for this to happen. The goal is to lower the time and resources required for leveling up troops. And then I assume they're hoping that we will convert more of these epic troops to legendary troops and spend a whole lot more new resources to make that happen. All right. So those are the biggest new changes I think happening in the next couple of days. Again, all those balances, all those updates happening to heroes, and then as you're leveling up troops, it's going to become easier and cheaper in just a couple days. So let me know if this kind of video is helpful or entertaining or whatever. I don't always do this kind of thing, but I was interested to learn all this stuff myself, and it'll certainly affect my gameplay over the next couple days. So thank you for checking out the channel, as always, and we'll see you next time.